But for Finn Irons, big opportunity here. Second on the grid alongside Archie Bullard. How much would it mean to Finn Irons and his family and friends if he can sneak away through past Archie Bullard? He's going to be on the outside. It's Stankowiak and Bullard that have got the best line. Irons and Burden will have to hold on as best they can from the outside. Here comes the pack then. Through the last hairpin then. And for the final time, we're about to get going for the juniors here at Tamworth in 2025. Race 3 is underway. Green flag. And Bullard shoots off like a rocket. Irons immediately covers off the threat from Stankowiak. This time gets through turn 1, facing the right direction, unlike the formation lap. And they all filter through. Oh, a little bit of a free wide moment at the back there. Big problems there. I think that was Oliver Coe losing a bit of ground. Niall Joy, losing a bit of ground. And fights away with Louis Canlet. And I think Jack Redfern has gained a place out of all that. But as expected, Archie Bullard leads away from Finn Irons, who's in one position better than he was in race 2. Could even be an overall podium at the end of this. You never know for Finn Irons. But what's happened to Stankowiak? She has lost 3 positions. Burden is now 3rd. Lupton is 4th. Shrub is 5th. And Stankowiak down to 6th, just ahead of Oliver Coe. So Julia Stankowiak once more with some work to do. And 11 minutes in which to do it. But for Archie Bullard, we fully expect him to saunter off into the distance as he returns to a fight between, you would expect, Finn Irons and Frederick Burden. Burden, as we saw in the first race, very relentless, never gives up. And that is what, as we see, Oliver Coe getting very close to the back of Stankowiak. You can tell Julia not quite as comfortable with that car as she was in race number 2. When she drove that brilliant defensive performance to keep Finn Irons behind her. Irons, though, keeping just the corner of his eye on Frederick Burden. Oh, Julia Stankowiak trying to muscle her way past Shrub, but Alfie Shrub reasserts himself up the inside at the final hairpin. Oliver Coe has really come alive in this final race of the day and is right with the 2 of them. So it's the fight for 4th that is the most exciting one right now. As a move at the back of the field, Louis Canlet gets past Niall Joy, or at least temporarily he does, because Niall Joy goes straight back past him through turn 5 and into 6. Side by side, looks like Redfern trying to gain another position. He goes round the outside of Oliver Coe. Coe left the door open. Redfern did not need a second invitation. Next up, Stankowiak, but she's all over the back of Alfie Shrub in the fight for 5th position. Lupton is now starting to close on Burden and Irons, and indeed it looks like Irons starting to match the pace of Archie Bullard. Last lap 55.5, 55.7 between Bullard and Irons, so only 2/10 quicker. But look at this, Shrub under attack. Through goes Stankowiak at the first corner, and so too does Redfern. They're about to go side by side for turn 3. Oh no, they're not. They wisely back out of that one at the high-speed right-hander at the back end of the circuit. So now Burden Bullard slowly extending his lead to Irons. Burden, though, trying to weave this way and that to look for an opening that he can exploit. Don't forget about Aston Lupton. He is doing a pretty fine job. Oh, and Jack Redfern has picked off Stankowiak already. Redfern is really recovering from the back row of the grid very, very well. Oliver Coe fighting back Blake Hutton, holding him off through turn 10. Big drift from Redfern. He looks so much more confident in this final race of the day. Can he end it on the podium? It would be a tall order. 8 minutes to go. Certainly juniors in the car field have put a pretty solid show today. You have to say, Finn Irons definitely been one of the standouts. Such a strong start to race 1 before fading a bit, but then recovering brilliantly in races 2 and 3. The only thing I'm wondering about in terms of the Driver of the Day award is that if he gets on the overall podium, he becomes ineligible for the award because he's already got a trophy, essentially, in juniors, would be the thinking. But let's see how this develops. Big drift again from Bullard, replicated by Irons and Burden. Whoa, big fight at the back. And that's a move for Blake Hutton, getting past Alfie Shrub. And he's going to try and take Niall Joy with him. Louis Canlet in this fight as well. They are nearly 2 rows or 2 wide there. Fantastic scrap over 7th position. Bullard though, 1.7 seconds ahead of Irons and continuing to saunter off into the distance. It's going to be very difficult for anybody to really do much about him. Finn Irons under real pressure now. Sliding in just behind him is Frederick Burden. Burden closer, but not close enough to make the move just yet. As meanwhile Shrub, Blake Hutton spins Shrub around at turn 9, and Alfie Shrub gesticulates angrily. What a difficult end to the day he's having. And I think that was optimistic from Blake Hutton up the inside into turn 9. But there we go, and I took it for Joe, got a great view of all that. Wisely chose not to take a photo of Alfie Shrub pointing angrily. So then, during all this, Bullard continues to lead from Finn Irons and Frederick Burden. Burden a little bit further back on this lap than the previous tour. Lupton has been quietly minding his own business in 4th, but Redfern slowly starting to catch him, and Stankowiak is being dragged along with him. Blake Hutton now has got Louis Canlet to deal with after the collision with Shrub. It definitely looked to me like Hutton went for a relatively late, ambitious move, and I think Alfie Shrub turned in, did not expect to be tagged around at the rear, and seemed it. And look at Finn Irons, slowly being reeled in by Frederick Burden again, as they start to drop Aston Lupton a little bit. We have got 4 minutes left to go. And Irons really under pressure here. Burden trying to make his presence felt as they cross the start finish line through turn 1 again. And a very, very late move into the hairpin by Louis Canlet. Unfortunately a little bit too deep, and Blake Hutton cuts back underneath him. A good effort from Louis after a tricky day, looking like he might finally get a decent top 8 finish. And look up the inside through turn 5 comes Frederick Burden. Irons side by side is held onto the inside for turn 6 then. And it's getting a little bit physical now again. Another little bump in the rear, but they both survive. Slightly desperate there from Frederick Burden, but mostly clean. As he again tucks in behind and now decides to bide his time patiently. Minutes to go. Looks like the juniors are about to run out of time here in the next few minutes. But for Archie Bullard, his lead now is up to 4.5 seconds over Finn Irons. Irons very much playing defensive as we expected him to have to do so. So it's a sort of inverse of race 2, really. Meanwhile, Stankowiak has fallen into the clutches of Oliver Coe in the fight for 6th. And Coe looking very, very fired up. Starting to line up Stankowiak here through turn 9 and 10. As Irons continues to defend well. penalty to car 133, which is Blake Hutton. So there we go. It does seem unfortunately. He may try and protest that, but we'll have to see. But Blake Hutton has got more problems in the shape of Louis Canlet to deal with right now. As we look at this, up the inside, through turn 5, comes Frederick Burden. Burden retakes second position again. And this time, Ions has not got a response to hand. And Aston Lupton is not far away behind either, so Finn Irons needs to keep his cool here to finish on the podium. Could be a move that puts Frederick Burden into the top 3 at the end of this event. Or as we see Oliver Coe trailing the back of Stankowiak. Through turn 11 they come. Is he close enough for a ambitious dive? No, not on this occasion. As, it looks like Louis Canlet has picked off Blake Hutton there. Just behind, so again, Blake Hutton on the move. Louis Canlet on the move and Blake Hutton on the move downwards. As look at this, Oliver Coe trying to go around the outside at turn 4 on Stankowiak, but is not quite finding the room to make that one work. Stankowiak is being firm but fair in her defensive driving. Bullard though, looking like he's having a nice, comfortable Saturday evening drive as the sun starts to peel over the clouds and set in the west. But the racing action's not done yet. We're on the final lap of the race. The Bullard has just started. Frederick Burden looking like he's doing enough to hold on to P2 from Finn Irons. Then it is Aston Lupton, Jack Redfern 5th, Julius Stankowiak 6th, Oliver Coe 7th, Louis Canlet in 8th, Blake Hutton 9th, Nihal Joy 10th, and Alfie Shrub 11th and last. And Shrub not looking like he's enjoying this one particularly after being spun around. And the big battle really is Coe versus Stankowiak in that fight for 6th. Stankowiak holds the inside through turn 6 and 7. But here comes Archie Bullard. He's going to win 2 in a row, and with it, that is going to put him in a great position. Across the line, he prays to whatever deity he does believe in. Crosses the line and wins here at Tamworth. Frederick Burden beats Finn Irons to second position, but nonetheless a great race between the pair. Aston Lupton enters there on a high in 4th. Then it is Redfern, Julius Stankowiak, Oliver Coe, Louis Canlet, just ahead of Blake Hutton. Then it was Nihal Joy in 10th, and Alfie Shrub is going to round out the field in 11th position.
So now we're joined by Freddie Burden. So Freddie, am I right in saying that you received a penalty at the start of the day?
Yeah, I did appeal it, and I really hope it gets revoked because it could probably change a lot.
Well, after some great driving, you are back on the podium. How do you feel?
Pretty good. I feel I could have done a bit better, but I managed to get it done in the end, which I'm happy about.
That's absolutely fantastic. Overall, have you had a good day here at Tamworth?
Yeah, I'd say I'm faster than I normally am. So, yeah, but I really hope I did get first in the first heat. But yeah, I'd say it was pretty good.
Will that change the points much?
I mean, going from 5th to 1st, it probably would change quite a bit. So if it does get changed, then I'd be very happy. But I'd say overall, good day.
Well, that's great, and congratulations on your podium, and we'll see you again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.